Hey guys, this is Gop Talk episode 5, and with us today is Chris.
Hello, that's me.
That's it.
So tell me about your golf talk now.
Yeah, so I'm starting my own podcast, Joe Rogan style, where I interview people who interest me. More like a discussion than an interview, because I also really want to let people express themselves and discuss the topics that they want to talk about.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And it's 2020 style. Now we're doing it through Zoom online. Yeah,
That's right. That's right. Because the one we
welcome,
recorded, yeah,
welcome to the 2020s. It's a new decade, new way of life, new way
yeah,
of communicating.
it's true. We start off the decade with a bang.
That's right. Where do you technically start counting? Because like 2020, I don't know, like some people count decades on the first year. Some people start on year zero, right? So what would you consider the new decade? 2020?
January 1st, 2020.
Yeah,
So
me
it's
too,
been
me too.
a year into the 2020th decade.
A year in. Yeah, it's February now.
And we still got 9 years to go.
It's gonna be a great decade. I can feel it.
I feel it too. I really feel it. And a lot of transformation.
For sure. Definitely a lot's changing.
And at least for us personally, a time to build our infrastructure.
That's right. The base layer, the
Yes.
foundation. That's what I'm focused on. So what? You're building les architectures GUP Incorporated?
It's so funny you use
RCAT?
that name.
It's the first name you gave it, right?
It's right. Then I had to legally change the name for $800.
That's hilarious. So what do you call it now? GUP
Oh,
architecture?
no, no, it's called Les Services Immobiliers Hagop Sarian Inc.
That's true.
This is
That's true.
Quebec laws. Had to tie it into my real estate license, so
Because how does it work? You have to have your name in there and then your occupation, what you're doing, like a descriptor,
yeah.
and then
But
what type of company it is at the end.
yeah, but this is specifically for real estate brokering if you want to tie your license to your corporation. These are requirements, so it became a mouthful.
Yeah. Do you have like a shortened name for it? Because I know with mine, with Space Paddles, we're the Space Paddles company, but like officially it's Les Marchandises, Space Paddles, SENC. So I don't even remember what SENC stands for anymore. It's some kind of partnership denomination here in Quebec.
Yeah, I do. It's called GOP. All of my businesses will be under the GOP umbrella.
But then each one's gonna have its own little name as well.
Exactly, a suffix or a prefix.
Hmm.
And just like this podcast is called GOP Talk, so I'm
Yeah,
adding the suffix of talk.
I love it because you could just put it before or after whatever name you have.
Exactly.
Gop talk.
And eventually there'll be GOP REIT. And the first building under its ownership will be this building right here.
Yeah,
And all my
yeah.
neighbors will be paying me rent. But that's the 15-year plan. That's a long strategy. But again, the foundations are laid today.
That's right. That's right. You're scoping out the building. You're living in
I'm
it,
a
so you understand.
parasite. I take over one unit, and before
And
you
then it
know it, I've taken
grows.
over the whole building.
One unit, then two, then three.
Yeah.
Are you still planning on renting out your neighbor's thing and then subleasing it?
Oh, absolutely. But I don't have the finances to do it right now.
Cash flow.
That's
You
right,
need the cash
because
flow.
they're going to go through my credit, my earnings, my balances
Hmm.
if I go through with the second application, and they're gonna be like, why does this guy want 2 units? What's he doing? So I don't even want to touch it right now until I have good cash flow, or else they might even kick me out of this unit. Because while they're revising it, they're like, whoa, what is he
Yeah.
even doing with this one, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Although they're pretty lenient here because there's a lot of students. So, I mean, there's a lot of people without cash flow just living off their parents. So, yeah,
So they're pretty understanding in your building.
exactly. But right now is not a good time to sublet because everyone's leaving downtown.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have to wait till COVID restrictions die down and there's interest again to come back downtown. Then it will actually make sense for me to sublet a unit.
Yeah, because now they're all coming to where I live and even further out. I mean, rent prices are skyrocketing here right now. It's insane.
Yeah.
Love the aviators.
Me too. And they also act as mirrors in your video frame. So you can see. Do you see what I'm seeing now? Look at the
I see
view.
the cityscape.
Look at the
Yeah.
city skyline from my aviators. And you can see the laptop and the microphone,
Mm-hmm.
everything
Mm-hmm.
that's being recorded from. So it allows me to look where I want while still putting my focus on the camera
Love
and
it.
gives a reflection.
What kind of camera are you using?
Oh, my laptop cam.
Your laptop cam.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It honestly looks better than my webcam. I got a cheap Chinese one off Amazon.
Yeah. Well, I'm really gonna move to the GoPro Hero 9 when I can afford that
Hmm.
because I can stream it on OBS. But what I really want the GoPro is to just attach it to anything on my
Yeah,
motorcycle helmet, in my car. I'll be able to create content I never can with a laptop camera, you know?
absolutely. And the lens is also like that wide
Yeah, the
wide
wide
angle one,
angle, and you
so you
can
get a
go
good view.
4K 60 FPS or 1080 at 240 FPS,
It's pretty insane.
and it has built-in stabilization.
That's definitely good for a motorcycle if you're doing moto vlogs.
Oh,
That would be perfect
absolutely.
for that. The high FPS, so you don't have that motion blur. Stabilization, so it's not all shaky, because our roads aren't always the smoothest thing here.
Oh, look, Tubbs just jumped in the
Tubs,
frame.
hey Tubs.
It's like she knows, and she just inserts herself for eternity in this frame.
Hmm. Yeah, look at her just posing there, looking good in the background. Oh, speaking of which, I'm getting a little puppy soon.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, my family
Amazing.
found one. We're gonna adopt one. She came from up north. They rescued her off, I think, an Indian reserve. Her and like seven other sisters. And it's cute because they all have like a thematic thing to their names. They're all named after like winter themes. So her name is Siberia.
Wow.
Yeah,
Is she a
can't wait, man.
Siberian Husky?
We don't really know what she is. She's like definitely husky in her, but maybe also some lab or something else because she doesn't have that complete like wolf like look to her. But her sister does. Her sister looks a lot more like a husky because we saw two of them. We had to pick. It was so hard picking, but like I don't know, her personality was just a little more calm. She kind of just because the other one you'd pick her up and she was squirming, trying to get away, trying to run. But this one was very comfortable. Pick up and she just cuddled in with you, you know?
Wow. That's really good to hear.
Next Saturday. Well, this Saturday actually. Coming right up.
6 days.
6 days. Maybe she can become friends with your pet as well. They'll meet each other.
Yeah, through a Zoom call.
Exactly. We'll do this again next week then.
For sure. The two Tubbs finally met in the last episode.
Really.
Yeah, across
Oh man.
oceans. I mean,
Tubbs
across the
with a Z.
country.
Tubbs
Yeah.
with an S. How's the other Tubbs doing?
Good. Like all cats.
for sure. Living the life.
Living the life. She's already at a level I will never reach.
Tubbs or Ziggy?
Tubbs.
Maybe in another incarnation.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When I incarnate as Tubbs.
Exactly. The next time round.
Or the dog you're about to adopt.
Siberia.
And then be taken care of by Chris's family. And then die in the 2040s. No, 2030s.
Yeah, maybe 2030s. Dogs don't live that long. Although my last one lived fairly long. I think 17 years. He was an old man by the time he passed. What is that in dog years? Like 17 times 7? Something like 120. Yeah, man. It looks good where you're at with the sun. I mean, it's nice outside here too, but I'm in my basement right now.
Yes. And I
A
can't wait
cave.
to go outside. I don't get how people are quarantining. I don't go out for one day and I'm losing my mind.
I totally get it, man. It's the same here. I can't imagine being inside for more than 24 hours.
Mhm.
Even when it's cold. I mean, like this morning I went for a run and it was beautiful out. Cold as fuck, but still. And how's your biking thing happening?
Amazing. Amazing. Yesterday I had a great day. I was in a good mood. People were in a good mood. Um, Strangers talking to me on the street. One guy was like, "Whoa, good job, man, doing deliveries, doing exercise." And I just got a big smile on my face. People checking me out. I feel wealthy, wealthy inside.
Absolutely, man. And that's the cool thing about downtown too. There's just a lot of people that can talk to you. Like out here, it's rare to find a person when you're out on a run or on a bike ride. I mean, there are, but like it's not like downtown, so it's completely different.
That's why I moved here.
It's very social.
hmm
But yeah, like how's your bike holding up? Bombing through the snow on your winter tires.
That's the thing. I've been doing zero maintenance on it because I'm supposed to wash it and degrease it and re-oil it like every week, check the tire pressure. I haven't done any of that since November and it's running like a beast. The single speed bikes are amazing.
Oh yeah,
They
they're just
require
durable.
no maintenance.
Durable as fuck.
It's I'm throwing it in banks of snow. I'm plowing through banks of snow and the gears work perfectly. I mean, sometimes there's so much crap in the gears that it turns into a fixed gear bike. But other than that, once the snow dries up, it's back to single speed.
Wait, so you're able to shift gears? What do you mean? Because you said a single speed, but it feels like a fixed gear. What did you mean?
So a fixed gear is a single speed.
Yeah.
It's just that the fixed gear is connected directly to the chain. So if the chain moves, if the pedals, if the chain moves, the pedals move. The tires, it all moves together
Oh, okay. Wait,
as
so
a
you have
fixed gear.
you have like a free hub in the back where the wheel could spin independently from your pedals?
Exactly. I have a
Ah,
free
okay,
hub
okay.
right
I
now.
see.
That's my current setup. But the bicycle I bought is really cool because you can flip the back tire and convert it from a fixed gear. From a single speed to a fixed gear, where you can't coast anymore. So
I
right now
see.
I can coast. Right now I don't need to constantly pedal. But when I
I see.
transition to fixed gear in spring, that's when I'm gonna learn brakeless biking. And I'm gonna learn how to do tricks,
Crazy.
and eventually I want to get into wheelies.
Yeah. And when you're downtown maneuvering through the cars, you got to know what to do. You
Yeah,
need that control.
yeah. And I've been outpacing car deliveries at these
Oh, for
shorter
sure.
distances.
Because you get the benefit of kind of behaving as a pedestrian while also being on a vehicle.
Exactly, exactly. That's the beautiful thing about bicycle. You can't do that on a motorcycle. I can't get on the sidewalk with a motorcycle. I can't burn red lights on a motorcycle.
Hmm.
But with a bicycle, it's like you will do that in front of a cop, they won't bother you.
It's just accepted.
It's accepted, and it's also
That's how it
because it's
is.
significantly less dangerous
Yeah.
that you're riding a bicycle that weighs 20 pounds than riding a motorcycle that weighs 450 pounds, or a car that weighs 2,000 pounds or
Yeah,
1,000
something like
pounds,
that.
depending on your car. So uh, the, the most harm you could cause on a bike is most likely to yourself than to anyone else. That's why I feel that enforcement is not as strict on something like a bicycle than a motorcycle or a car. And
Makes
that's the thing,
sense.
like I can maneuver like a pedestrian and like a vehicle. And I will do my 45 on a Sherbrooke. I will do my best. I will pedal as hard as I can. I peak at 45. I cannot pedal faster than that. Like even at top speed, I can't hit the 50 just with my legs alone. I
Well,
would need
that's
like an
still pretty
assistant.
fast.
It's fast.
That's really fast.
Yeah, that's as far as I can push myself. So I try to go at those speeds on a busy street, but
What about downhill? You know, like let's say you go up, I don't know,
I don't touch it.
like
I just
Peel or
coast.
something, and then you head down.
I
How
coast.
fast? How fast do you get? Like going down? Like I don't know. How
Oh,
far do you go out?
you're right. I can hit 50 going downhill for
Probably,
sure.
eh?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
some of those hills downtown, like they're pretty long.
Oh, they're pretty long, and I have a lot of experience going up them now.
That's the shitty part. Do you ever have to get off your bike and walk up because it's just too like slushy, too slippery to pedal uphill?
Yeah. If the slope is like 45 degrees, fuck it. I want to walk this. But it depends. If it's the beginning of my shift, I have so much energy, I will pedal up this 45 slope. But after a few hours, I'm out of gas. And that's why I'm getting really excited about getting an electric bike, just electric vehicles in general, is that I can assist the power I already have.
Yeah.
So I can just grind up a hill with the power, and then everything else I just use my legs.
And then the cool thing is when you're headed downhill, you could also recharge your bike
You're right.
because it recuperates the energy.
You're right. But that's an investment for another time. It's to $2,000. The kind of bike I would want to get is $2,000. But I'm
Hmm.
like, I'd rather get a Kawasaki Z400 for $4,000 and have something with 40 horsepower
Yeah.
that can do 200 kilometers an hour then get an electric bicycle for half the price. I'll get the electric bicycle as a luxury after I get my motorcycle. But for now, on my fixed gear, single speed, or my coaster bike, no problem. I'll use my legs, I'll
You're
get
beautiful, man.
strong.
You're good with that.
Yeah, but eventually I will definitely get an electric bike. So then I'll have three bicycles, two manually powered, one with gears, one without gear, and then the other one electric.
And you know, probably by then, with the way things are going, those electric bikes are going to come down in price too.
Absolutely. And the technology gets better, batteries get
It'll get
better,
even better.
speeds get better. I did so much research into electric vehicles. I've already made a list of the next vehicles I'm going to buy because I'm spending my day traveling, going
Hmm.
around. So I realized I need to invest in vehicles. And electric makes so much sense because I can charge it within a couple hours in the comfort of my home, and then it assists my manual power. So it actually
That's
puts
right.
less strain on my body, allowing me to do a longer shift with less fatigue. Because yesterday, after 5 hour shift, I'm exhausted. I had to go to the home and I just had to lie down for a bit. But if I had an electric motor assisting me, say, on the verticals, I could come home a lot more rested. But
For
I don't
sure.
mind grinding right now because it's making me really strong. Now it's like, okay, I can go up this mountain.
You're getting fit.
I'm getting
Really
fit.
fit.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
So yeah, speaking of that, the next vehicle I'm gonna buy is not a motorcycle, it's not a car. I'm gonna buy an electric skateboard.
Okay. For the
So
summers?
for the summer, because I've been seeing all these Uber Eats delivery guys. They got their electric bikes, they got their electric scooters with the handlebar. I haven't seen one person on an electric skateboard. And now I want to be the first Montreal delivery guy on a skateboard.
That'll
And
draw some attention for sure.
absolutely, and I'm really excited because I've always wanted to skateboard. I've always wanted to do it, but I just hated powering it. Like,
Mhm.
you have to step like that, then after a few meters you lose power, it makes so much noise. Now that I've been looking at the latest generation of electric skateboards, I'm just blown away. The skateboard I want to buy can do 46 kilometer per hour. I can do
That's
Sherbrooke on that
ridiculous.
at car speed. It's it's
Ridiculous.
it's crazy because that's like my top speed on a bike going all out. This is hitting that top speed with zero effort. Just me standing and with
Yeah.
my controller pushing forward.
What's the range on these skateboards now?
Oh, it's amazing. So the one I'm gonna get is called the Zealot Backfire Zealot. It's a 46 kilometer top speed with 30 kilometer range.
Yeah, that's like a full day's work. And if
Yeah,
you have to, you just go home and do they
recharge
have like
it.
swappable battery packs? Like, are you
Not
even able to
really,
buy an
no.
extra and switch them out?
No, it's not
Okay, so
designed like
you
that.
have to
You can
charge it.
change the battery if you need to, but it's not a hot swap.
But still, let's say, you go out in the morning biking, you get tired, hop on your skateboard, run out of kilometerage on that, you can go back on your bike.
Yeah, exactly. That's also why I want multiple vehicles, especially if I have multiple electric vehicles, is I can just go back home, swap it with another vehicle that's charged, and then go back out. Or if I want to be old school, just ram that fixed gear.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Who knows? Maybe even a Tesla one day too. An electric car,
Well, that is on my list.
for
It's on my
sure.
list, but that's the 100K range. You know, like I
There-
can I can barely afford a motorcycle and its license. So that's in like a couple of years. The Tesla, definitely. And the Teslas are getting so good. The new Tesla, the model,
yeah,
the plate, it does 0 to 60 in less than 2 seconds.
I know. Can you imagine that feeling? Just getting pressed back in your chair that hard. Acceleration. Crazy.
It's a supercar now.
Yeah.
And
And
it's only
supposedly,
$100,000. It's like you
suppose
can buy a Lambo, a Ferrari for 250, or you could buy a Tesla for 100. You know,
they're just superior machines. Electric's the way to go.
that's it.
Now the battery energy storage has caught up. I mean, you could just outcompete cars, internal combustion engines. But I don't know. There's still something about having that motor there. The vibration, the noise it makes. Like on a bike, I don't think I'd ever get an electric motorcycle. At least not for now. I want to hear that engine. I want to feel it between my legs.
Same. Well, that's why we need to have both. One of each for car and motorcycle.
Yeah.
One gas, one electric for the motorcycle and the car.
Yeah, you wanted a Mustang, right?
Yeah, that's
The V8.
the V8. So I'm gonna have three cars: the Honda Civic, the Mustang, and the Tesla. Those would be the three cars I'll need in my life. Eventually, I have a van too, but I don't count that as a car because the van will become a home. The van
Like
home.
your van home?
Yeah, that'll be my apartment on wheels. And then I'll have all my electric skateboards, bikes, scooters, all of those guys.
Is your van gonna be electric powered?
I haven't thought about that, but by the time I do get into it, it will probably make sense to get an electric van.
Yeah, it's true. Because if you get into it, let's say 5, 10 years from now, but let's say you got into it now, would you rather build your own vans or like buy them new and refurbish them, or maybe buy used vans?
Right. If I got into it now, I would buy a used, cheap van. I would do it as affordably as possible. I would just go gas. But if I had as much money as I needed, I would just go straight to electric even now. But yeah,
But
I
what
would
about your
love.
customer base, right? Because think about the people that would be getting into a van home. I mean, some of them might be like adventurous people who wants like a cheaper RV, but I think there's people that genuinely would want to live the van lifestyle, like our age, that kind of nomad. You go out, you work from home, you work off your laptop in the back of your van.
Oh, absolutely. So, what I was talking about is the van I would build for myself as a first
Ah, okay,
prototype.
okay, okay.
I'm not talking about a commercial product, but I do want to get to that point where I have a company making van homes. Bones Inc.
Bones.
Yeah.
I
It's
remember
all
that one.
written out. I have my 12 businesses written
Yeah.
out. I just have to build them one day at a time.
You just got to start, step one, the foundation, selling homes,
Yeah.
selling real houses. How's that going? How's the market?
The market's doing well. Prices are going up. Yeah.
But what about your on your end?
Oh, nothing's going on my end.
Fuck.
But that's okay because it gives me the time to focus on other things.
True.
And I've really realized that I don't want to chase after people in this business. It's oversaturated with brokers.
Hmm.
There's a lot of people who are struggling to make ends meet exclusively as a broker. So I'm diversifying right now. And I'm seeing this intellectual property game as a huge part of the foundations to lay down. Because as I build the GOP brand, people will come to me.
That's right.
And
You don't even have to add, or like your brand will advertise itself, sort of thing, right?
yes,
The notoriety.
yes. And by making this YouTube video podcast that will be uploaded in the next few days on all platforms, it'll be accessible to everyone. That's what's blowing me away with people building businesses just creating content.
Hmm.
That you can build a bigger business just filming yourself than you could as a real estate developer or a real estate broker. And, but I'm seeing it as a bigger picture of how building the brand will result to more opportunities later on.
Right. Because it's like an autobiography almost. Like people get to know who you are before they do business with you.
Exactly.
And they could spend as much time as they want getting to know you because there's thousands of hours of content of you talking, your friends talking, so they'll get to know exactly who you are.
Absolutely. And with the GoPro, I can finally get into daily vlogging.
Yeah, you should vlog your journeys doing Uber Eats.
I absolutely want to. I
That
I
would be
have
so
so
cool.
much fun. I just need a GoPro.
Yeah.
That's stopping me right now, so I just need like $600 and I'm good to go. Cuz I'm
Make it
already
happen.
wearing a motorcycle helmet. I
I'd
can
love to
just
watch that. Wait,
put
you
it-
wear a motorcycle helmet while doing this?
Yeah. Why am I going to wear a
Is it
flimsy
your
bicycle helmet?
is it your like head casket thing or did you get a full face mask for it?
So I have two motorcycle helmets. The one I'm using most often right now is the 3/4 face. So it's open here, but I have the mask, which I now have strapped on the outside, so I
Mm.
can turn it into a full face or put it on top and open up my face. So when I'm seeing clients, when I'm going into restaurants, I'll open up my face. But when I'm biking, I go full face. So I found this hybrid setup with that black one.
And then what about your other one?
That one is my Master Chief helmet. Let me show it to you. I
Yeah, yeah,
finally
get it.
pimped it out.
Oh man.
Check this out.
Wow.
And I have three different visors on this. So right now, I'm rocking the Master Chief dirt bike look. I got these goggles, 100%. Although I also have a transparent visor and an RSD gold mirrored visor, which is
Nice.
so crazy. Imagine these glasses, but over the whole face, and it comes down like this. It looks so futuristic, and people can't see where you're looking, but you see clearly out. And I even have a tinted visor in here,
Like a drop down?
a drop down, yellow
Nice.
colored.
Man, that's sick. How much did you get that helmet for?
So everything, including the visors, the accessories, $500.
Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad, and it's exactly what I wanted. I didn't want to half-ass this because I wanted a motorcycle helmet that was gonna inspire me to get my motorcycle, and I put it on my shelf right there every day. So when I see it, I'm like, I gotta get that Kawasaki.
Gotta do it.
I
Get your
gotta do it.
license, follow up, get the bike.
That's right. And the jacket. So I'm getting one piece at a time. And getting the helmet was the most important piece right now.
Hmm. That's it. The slow build. Slow build up.
Foundations. This helmet is part of my foundations. And I'm using it now to make some cash.
And it's there to protect your most important assets.
That's it. That's why I'm not wearing bicycle helmet. I do have a bicycle helmet. I use it sometimes when I want to listen to music because
Hmm.
it's just covering like this, you know?
Yeah.
But this, it's even protecting your chin.
That's it.
Look how strong that is. You won't break your jaw on this. What do you think that bicycle helmet is gonna serve you for in a serious accident?
Trust me, I still have a little scar next to my eye from when I flipped over my bike. Fell right on my face, and I had my glasses on, thankfully. Rock hit me directly in the glasses, and the glasses pushed in, cut right into my face. But imagine if they weren't there, my eyeball would be gouged out.
Your story has inspired me to wear motorcycle helmets. Even on a bike, even on a bicycle.
Even on a bicycle.
And I look cool too.
For sure. Master Chief gold look. Love it, man. I love it. Because I'm thinking about getting a second helmet now so I can bring passengers onto my bike too.
Exactly. I already have my two motorcycle helmets. I have my two motorcycle helmets. I just need the motorcycle.
So yeah, I'm just wondering, what kind of style can I give my passenger? Should I go with just something basic? Just a plain bright white helmet so it's visible, it's out there, everyone can notice it. Or do I go with something, crazy, like a Master Chief style? Or I was thinking doing like a black helmet, but then putting like gold tape on it. Black and gold. I don't know. Still thinking about that.
If you want the black and gold, my helmet in black and gold looks so good. So it's the Icon Air Flight. Check it out. And the black version of this looks amazing. I just wanted to get this green color because the textures on it are really cool. It's got some futuristic design on it.
Mm.
And what's so cool is that it already has into the texture some like scrapes. You see that?
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
just
it's got
paint,
that rugged look.
a rugged look. But this will age so well because it will embrace those scrapes. The helmet
right.
itself, this color is called Battle Scar. So it's my,
The name says it all.
it says it all. And I'm going to write it to my wealth. I mean, financial wealth.
I like it, man. It's inspiring me.
And you inspired me with your motorcycle and your gear and riding with you. That was so much fun. Dude, that was one of my
Unforgettable, man.
best, that was one of the best days of 2020 for me.
Oh, yeah. We went paddling on the water. Nice long bike ride. Avoided the cops a bit too.
And Chris,
Remember when we were like side by side with the cops and I had to take the right turn to try and like, unbelievable.
and this summer, we're going to go biking together. Now I have two bikes. And eventually, I'll have the whole fleet. You can take the skateboard. I'll take the scooter or the fixed gear. It's like we'll swap out. If we're like 4 or 5 guys,
Amazing.
we'll grab all my vehicles. We'll go as a squad. I already have 3 helmets, so I'm getting ready
It's
as
incredible
squad
living.
ready downtown.
It's incredible living in this day and age because there's just so many ways to move. I mean, like some of these I couldn't even imagine like 4 or 5 years ago. An electric skateboard, like what the? What
Yeah,
is
that's
that?
going 46 kilometer an hour.
That's nuts. Yeah,
For downtown, I don't need to go faster than that.
for sure. And the maneuverability of a skateboard, that's even more maneuverable than a bike. You could just pick it up and walk with it.
Exactly. That's
Take
why
it
I
up the
want to do
elevator
it.
with you.
I gotta do it. Starting spring. Let's go. Backfire Zealot. I'm gonna zoom around the city.
Because that's one thing I noticed because I have delivered downtown a few times, but like with my car, it's so difficult in a car
It's so
because
hard.
you get stuck in traffic, parking is impossible, and you spend half your time outside of your car anyways, just traveling vertically, going up and down the buildings.
Yeah.
So I gotta leave my car behind on the street, put it at risk of getting a ticket because it's always illegally parked.
Yeah. Exactly. But see, right now I'm killing it on my regular bicycle. I'm outpacing cars, walkers on my bike. But I can take it to the next level on my skateboard because I won't even need to lock it. I grab it. It weighs 40 pounds. I'm strong. I grab it. I go inside. I won't even have
40
to lock.
pounds? That's pretty damn heavy for a skateboard.
Well, actually,
Oh, the battery pack. It's probably a big pack, eh?
is it 40 pounds or am I confusing it with another one? But
Maybe
anyways,
the scooter's 40
or,
pounds.
oh, the scooter. Sorry, the scooter's 40 pounds. I confused it with the scooter I wanted to buy. No, I think it's 20 pounds. Anyways, it's like light enough for me to pick up, which is insane. Because I can pick up my bike to park it, but I can't carry a bike into a building because it's huge. Getting a bike through a door is really hard. With a skateboard, a longboard.
You could just slide it into your backpack.
Exactly. So I'm really excited.
That's dope.
I'm gonna be turning heads this summer, and I wonder how the police are gonna react.
Well, I wonder how cities are going to react. Because with all these new ways of travel, I mean, think about like city planning and city design. Most of our cities are built for cars now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's going to change. Like, can you imagine what the cities of 2050 are going to look like?
Completely different.
Completely different. Maybe they'll have the infrastructure there for not just bikes, but those electric scooters. People will probably have electric like rollerblades by then too, you know?
Yeah. Or electric shoes.
Electric
You have
shoes.
shoes that are flat, and then you push a button, and the rollerblades pop out, and you're good to go.
Do you remember Heelys?
Yeah.
Those were so cool. In elementary school, man, you were the coolest kid if you had them.
Or those light up shoes. But with
Oh
these
yeah.
these new electric rollerblades, they'll be able to do it all. Light up, pop in and out, have 30-kilometer range. Dude, imagine 50 kilometer an hour on electric rollerblades. At that point, I'd be terrified. But I'm gonna learn firsthand on the skateboard because
You'd probably have
it's
to get like a
probably scary.
bodysuit,
Like,
special
uh,
jacket, elbow pads.
that's what I'm. Well, I have the
Wear
motorcycle
your
helmet.
wear your motorcycle gloves, motorcycle helmet.
Yeah, motorcycle gloves, motorcycle helmet. You're right. I might have to get some pads if I'm
You'll
doing
probably need pads for
50.
like your joints, like your elbows, shoulders, knees, and hips. Protect the vital areas.
Yep. Well, doesn't a motorcycle jacket already have a lot of that padding built in?
It does.
So I could
Well, it
just
has
use a
all of it.
my motorcycle jacket.
I guess you could, yeah. But it might be too, because they're not that breathable.
Mm.
It might be too hot in the middle of summer to wear a full-on motorcycle. But I mean, if you're moving at 40 kilometers an hour, that's not bad. That's some good airflow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to coming biking with you then. Sounds like a great idea. You can enjoy downtown on bikes.
That's it.
Maybe I can bike over too. I mean, it's a bit of a long journey. I'll probably be tired by the time I get there, but still. 40K? Actually, that's not so bad. I could probably do it. It's
You
only
can.
40K to your house.
You're a strong man, of course. And it's in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because even when your body is exhausted, you can still push yourself. You know?
That's right. Even when you feel like it's the limit, you're
That's what I
probably only
learned.
halfway there.
Yeah, that's what I learned from marathon training. It was like, oh, you think you're out of energy? Keep going.
Not
Keep
even
going. You're
close.
not done yet.
Yeah. Same with dragon boating, you know?
Mhm.
You're on your third, fourth race, starting to feel that pressure. Adrenaline starts pumping, and suddenly you're good to go again. And you're winning the championship.
Oh, I love your name, the practical philosopher.
Yeah. It's my alias.
Nice.
It's also the name of my channel. Yeah. And like I said, I'm also going to record this, put it up on my channel, so we can have like a two-parter. Well, I guess we're going to have the same content, but still. So who have you interviewed so far?
You in episode 2,
Oh,
Kunal.
that's true. I came over when
Yeah,
we were controlling the colors in the background.
you got it. I was rewatching that 2 days ago, and I was surprised at how good the audio quality is from that little microphone that you were using the mug to keep in place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your little lavalier
PS4, the
microphone.
PS4 microphone
PS4,
to
yeah.
record podcast.
So what kind of mic are you using now? Professional one. I see.
um, Semi-professional. It's
Semi-professional.
$60 off Amazon,
Hey,
so it's
I'm
not.
using this.
You know what? The quality is good. Honestly,
Yeah.
technology is getting good to a point where even the low end stuff is at a good quality.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually, I would want to get a $600 microphone, but a $60 microphone is the perfect place to start because you get a good enough quality, but that doesn't break the bank.
Mm-hmm.
And as you become more successful, as your IP starts generating revenue, then you can invest into better hardware.
Yep. But I mean, like 99% of it isn't the hardware. It's the people.
Exactly.
That's what really matters.
So you just got to get started with
Yeah.
whatever hardware you have. Although getting good hardware,
It helps.
it helps because then you're just providing the highest possible quality in terms of the content of you as a person, but the video and audio quality as well.
But I mean,
So
like you said, the quality, even for the low end stuff, is so high. Like you'd have to be an audiophile to really recognize the audio difference between like a $60 mic and a $600 mic nowadays. It's, yeah.
wow, I just noticed that we can watch the sun moving on my face. Right now, it's directly in the center. Earlier, it was half face.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cool. And you can see the view. Look at this view.
Lovely.
I'm having so much fun doing this right now. Like, this moment is a lot of fun.
Same, man. Same. This is life. This is how it was meant to be lived.
And we're creating our own platforms to express ourselves. That's what blows me away. Is this would have been impossible 3 decades ago, 4
Mm-hmm.
decades ago.
Maybe not impossible. You know, there were still ways to do it. It was just
There
much
were
more
ways, but there
difficult.
were gatekeepers.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
And you had to do what they wanted. 3 minute clip, done. But
Hmm.
here, we can talk about anything for hours. It's complete creative
Exactly.
freedom. And doing it off this 2016 laptop, this $60 mic, this $50. I mean, this was more, but I bought it used. So it's just like, it's more about expressing your creativity than the hardware you're expressing it with.
Well, the hardware is just an extension of our
Of you.
faculties, of me,
Yeah.
of you, of all of us. It's pretty amazing. Actually, I got something here. I got a new hard drive so I could store the gigabytes and terabytes of storage.
Yes!
Because my new phone, I actually got a new phone too. Beautiful phone. Fucking love it.
What is it? What model?
S20 Ultra. I went all
S20
out.
Ultra?
I got top of the line.
Oh, shit. So you dropped $1,500.
No, I have a payment plan on it through my provider with Fido.
Okay.
So I'm paying it out across 24 months. Better for the cash flow.
Makes a
That way I
lot of
don't have to
sense,
drop it all
actually.
right now.
And
Because
but
money now is worth more than money later.
it's true, in 24 months, there'll be so much inflation that you would have made money.
Hmm. And it's also an opportunity cost because I keep this money now and I get to use it to other productive means that will earn me more income so that by the time the next payment comes, it's paid for.
Dude, that's
But yeah,
so smart.
this thing can record in 8K.
Wow.
So it just churns data. It's insane. I mean, I don't use the 8K. I just use 4K because the 8K, like literally, I think 100 gigs goes in something like 40 minutes. You know, so if you're putting out hours of content every week, you're gonna
1080.
need you're gonna need a lot more than one 4 terabyte hard drive. Let me tell you that much.
For sure.
But 4K is fine. I mean, like there aren't any 8K screens that are like popularly available now anyways. So 4K is beautiful.
It's true, but it doesn't hurt to future proof your content because your content will outlive you.
It
So
will.
in 100 years, it might be a bit nicer to watch on 8K than 1080
That's
if you
true.
had that option at the time. But it's also perfectly okay to watch 1080 in 100 years.
Oh yeah. I mean,
It-
1080 already looks pretty much all the way there. It's almost real. But
And even then, you would have AI that can recreate it, upscale it to a much higher degree, where it could take a 1080 video and turn it into a 3D VR space that you could walk through.
that's a very good point. That's a that's actually a very good point. Like your 3D camera thing you did there with your mom's house, the virtual tour.
Yeah.
You're right, because it's only a matter of time before AI becomes intelligent enough to piece together video. I mean, yeah, I can't even imagine how it would do it. I'm thinking maybe something like it would take many videos and sort of learn. Like it would be able to recreate this background. Let's say I took 5 other videos in here from slightly different angles. Might be able to interpolate some things and actually build a space. And then it would be like you're sitting next to me here or with you. You know, if
In VR.
take together all your GOP talks, your different angles, builds it in VR, and you could sit with GOP and have a conversation with him. Maybe it'll even be smart enough to recognize your speech patterns and recreate conversations like in live time, like an AI version of you. That'll be a real mind fuck because then we'll start to wonder, who we really are.
And how do you know the AI is accurately recreating me?
You wouldn't know. But how do you know, like, if anyone you're speaking to isn't an AI at that point?
You wouldn't know.
You would never know. The whole world would become blurred. I mean, for all I know, already we have like deep fakes and stuff. Am I really talking to you, Gop, right now?
You're right.
Because it's just a video. For all I know, maybe this is a pre-recorded video. That would take some serious processing power to pre-record, say, 1 trillion iterations of how this conversation can go down and then switch between them, playing back to me, your feed. So I think I'm really talking to you, but I'm talking to you like 10 years ago, let's say, or even like 10 months ago.
2020.
But maybe we're not there yet. Or maybe we are. I mean, like, what are your thoughts on time? The way time flows.
Time flows from a three-dimensional perspective. But from a hyperdimensional perspective, all of time exists.
See, there you go. So how can we be sure that now is really now?
Our direct experience.
But this is what I'm saying with the deep fake videos now. Because they're so good at recreating the likelihood or the livelihood of people that you can't really be sure of what you're watching anymore, if it's real or not. If it's just a reconstruction, let's say, of what really was there. And then when you take that to the next level, you could be watching reconstructions in real time, not just pre-recordings.
You're right. And the hardware will get to that level in combination with the software to emulate that.
Mm-hmm.
Just look how quickly technology is moving. It's unbelievable. And we're still at a lower point in the exponential curve. We're
Yeah.
still in the early 21st century.
Yeah, can you imagine what like 82nd century technology looks like?
Yeah. I mean, we're still only in like the third decade of the internet being established.
Hmm.
And speaking of that, I'm starting to see this as a real estate grab, a land grab. Like, because I've been studying a lot of YouTubers and just people creating content, and the most successful people today, they all started in like 2009,
Hmm.
and they just did it every day for 10 years, and now they're huge. I mean, they were huge before, but at like the 10 million subscriber count. So instead of being like, oh, that opportunity's gone, no, it's still here. It just, the market is so much more saturated. So you have to be even more creative uh, to stand out.
Well, just like in the real economy, we're probably going to see some booms and busts along the way.
Yeah.
So people that get huge, maybe you have 100 million, a billion subscribers at some point, who knows? That might pop. And then all those people are going to be looking for somebody new to consume content from. So it'll kind of breathe its way in and out.
Yeah, so there's so much opportunity within this decade as well. So that's why I want to turn it into a discipline of creating content. So I can,
And
because
another
it
thing,
takes like 10 years. That's what I'm seeing really.
yeah,
From all the people I've been looking into, they took about 10 years. Whether like even musicians, you will make crappy songs for 10 years before you're good.
hmm,
And most of these guys will start at 15 years old, and okay, at 25 they'll do something that gets people's attention. So I'm looking at this decade like that. I might as well just go all in now in 2021 instead of seeing the lost opportunity of not
yeah.
having started in 2009. Like
I
that's
mean, what do you
done.
have to lose? You got nothing to lose. It's free. It's essentially free to make this stuff,
Yeah. Other than your time.
other
But
than your
I
time.
I enjoy doing it, so it's just
Exactly.
so much fun.
Exactly. So there's really no loss. And what I was
Exactly.
gonna say before is, um, you don't even have to become the biggest. Like, yeah, sure, somebody got to 100 million subscribers in 10 years. By the next 10 years, maybe they'll be at a billion, but then you yourself,
You will be at 100 million.
you'll be at 100 million.
Yeah, or 10 million, or 1 million, but you did what you loved for
Or
10 years.
10,000, could be anything. Could be zero still. Maybe you got unlucky and it's still zero. But you're right, you just do what you love. So there's nothing lost. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I'm just hanging out with my friend right now.
That's it.
No
With
big deal.
Tubbs.
And Tubbs, still in the background, just chilling. It's like she knows. It's like she knows we were talking about her.
And she's gone. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. It's so cold that all the hot air coming out of buildings is immediately condensing. So I just see plumes of white smoke from all the building tops right now.
Clouds forming right before your eyes.
That's right, the buildings are forming clouds. Well, there are no clouds in the sky right now. It's all blue.
So how long have we been recording for? Almost an hour?
Looks like an hour.
Nice.
I can't even see. There's so much sun in my face. I can't see the screen.
Well, I can see. I see the shadow moving. It's coming across your face now. The
Yeah,
shadow's gonna leave soon.
it's been 1 hour.
Wow.
I love this overexposed, underexposed lighting. It's crazy. But that's what I see every day. You're getting to see what I see is the movement of the sun and the moon and the stars and the clouds and the colors in the sky.
Yeah, all reflected off your aviators.
That's it.
It's a mirror into your life.
Yeah. While still giving me discretion.
Yeah, you can see exactly where I'm looking. I could be looking there. I could be looking there. You can see my eyes. Letting everyone know what's going on, where I'm looking.
Yeah, I picked up this trick from Casey Neistat.
A little bit of privacy. That's the thing, when you're online, I can't tell if you have privacy or if you never have privacy. It's like this in between new state of things. Because at the same time, anyone could see you at any moment of the day 24/7, and it's there forever. But like, it's not you. They're not interacting with you. There's this kind of insulation, like a digital insulation. It's like a past version of you they're interacting with.
That's right. A reproduction.
Reproduction. So that's what I mean. I can't tell if it's very private to have an online presence or very public to have, like it's almost both. Because nobody's really gonna directly talk to me unless it's right now, like you and I. But people that might comment on our videos, it's like this distanced thing. But yet I'm always there. See what I mean? I'm always there in something like I
Even
can
after
never
you're dead.
I can never leave. It's always going to be there.
That's right.
So it's just strange to be in this kind of superposition of things, you know?
I like that. Superposition. That's right. The superposition of waves.
We're just reproducing it here on the internet.
Through electrical signals that are being recorded right now and reproduced indefinitely
As ones and zeros.
as ones and zeros.
On hard drives, on SSDs,
That's right.
on some server somewhere. Maybe servers we don't even know about. Servers we never even consented to. Somebody's hacking this conversation somewhere. Surely.
That's right.
Let's make a shout out to the hacker. What's up? I know you're listening. So yeah, how do you feel about this kind of both having an insulated digital thing going on where you have a little privacy, but also where you're never going to have privacy, where everyone's going to get to see you at all times? How do you feel about that?
I'm coming to terms with it because I do want to express myself, and this is the most practical way to do it, to get the reach. It takes some practice. I find, and learning how to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
And this podcast is great for that. Just being comfortable recording yourself and making it public. Because I learned so much from the first podcast.
Life chatter.
That's right.
You're
So
right.
now I know what to say and what not to say at a privacy level. Because sometimes you do reveal things that are way too personal, and then that's just there forever. Because even if you deleted it, someone's recorded it. Someone's taken a snapshot or ripped out the video, the audio.
It's a permanent record.
Yeah. I have some YouTube videos recorded because I know they're going to get removed. You know?
Me too. I back all of them up. And not even on one place, on 2 places.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Because you want to be in control of the source. Because say I didn't have any backups, who's to say that YouTube's not just going to destroy my channel, delete everything? I need the backups.
They totally have a right to do so. It's their platform.
And I'm using it for free. Well, I am paying
Exactly.
premium right now, but I just...
But still.
But it's good for me because when I'm out and I want to listen to music, I can do it off my phone.
Yeah. Yeah, and especially with the state of the world today, with all this censorship happening. I'm actually starting to wonder if this is going to kind of spawn a new wave of competition for YouTube, uncensorable platforms, maybe using something like cryptocurrencies, where it's censorship resistant. Because right now, I mean, YouTube has ultimate power over what it can show you. Its
Absolutely.
algorithms, the whole thing runs on an algorithm to recommend things for people. So even if they don't completely ban you off their platform, they can kind of ban you in the shadows or put you in the shadow where no one's going to find you. Where when you search up a video, it'll link you to 100 different things and you're like the 101st down the list, But even going deeper than that, I think there are governments out there asking YouTube to get rid of certain content. Same with Facebook, same with maybe Twitter, definitely TikTok. I mean, China's probably telling them what they can and can't show. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing new competition get brought up that'll give YouTube a run for its money, let's say.
I agree with you. I watch so many YouTubers who will silence themselves because they don't want to get demonetized. They say one thing, you lose your income.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a serious punishment to the point where people censor themselves before the AI even does it.
Mm-hmm.
Before a political party gets rid of something, you've already done it yourself. And I was watching Jake Tran's video on Chinese billionaires disappearing, and it's terrifying. Of you say something bad once on the government, next thing you know you've been abducted, even though you're a billionaire.
That's right.
All for censorship.
All that money, all that power, and even that can't protect you.
Yeah, because they have their own CIA and they go around abducting people. Regardless, even if you hide in the US, they will come for you. You've said something bad about the party, game over. And it's not just like that there, it's like that everywhere. Every
Right.
country is censoring people because
It's happening
of
here,
this.
it's
Because
happening in
now
the
we can all,
US.
like, here's the thing, we all have a voice now. We can all express ourselves and show it to everyone in the world instantly. And governments want to stay in their old way of just controlling, censoring everything. So you're right. it would be nice to see new platforms come around that tackle this issue, because the way YouTube's doing it is you have so many restrictions
Hmm.
that you censor yourself, even if you don't get censored afterwards.
And here's the crazy thing. I don't actually think YouTube wants to do this
They
because
don't.
it would be in YouTube's best interest to have everyone on their platform just doing whatever they want.
YouTube. You.
Exactly.
But the government steps in and forces them.
So YouTube's censoring themselves as well.
And they can't do anything about it, because even a corporation the size of Facebook cannot resist the powers of entire nations.
Hmm.
That's what I'm seeing. It's like at the highest levels of power, you want to rule the nation so that you rule the corporations and the individuals within that nation. So even having a corporation like these billionaires, as I said, even at all that level of power, you're
Still
still
not enough.
tiny compared to the people who are really on top.
It's crazy.
The trillionaires. Like there are
The
trillionaires, right?
trillionaires. Probably.
Seriously.
Yeah.
We think Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk are the richest people at 190 billion US dollar. That's a joke. There are trillionaires secretly hiding today. You will never know who
Hmm.
the trillionaires are, but they exist.
People who control entire countries. But that's at a certain level, I just can't see one person being able to possess that much power because there's always going to be like just other things that are going to occupy your mind and other things that you're going to have to interact with. Like you're still going to have responsibilities to your friends, to your allies. So it's impossible for one person to control that much.
Well, it's not, because you have proxies. You have armies of people underneath you serving you. You just implant the vision and they execute. Well, that's
But
like how a
see,
government works. So if you're the head of the government, you have all these people doing what you want. So that's
but what
how
I
even
mean
within
is,
24 hours you can rule so much.
but it's still a two-way street because even though those people are serving you, they're still selfish in their own way and they expect you to serve them in a certain way as well. So it's a give and take.
Yes, unless they are completely terrified into obedience,
It's true. Maybe they're so terrified that the only service you're giving them is the guarantee that you won't kill them.
or put them in jail, or
Yeah.
torture them.
But even that's not a guarantee.
Nope.
You can never be too sure. But yeah, it's crazy living through this time period because we get to feel this push pull. We get to experience it. The downfall of YouTube, is that going to be a thing? Like what's going on? Downfall of Facebook. You would think these companies would be untouchable. Something like a Google. I mean, look how big and powerful they are. But I'm seeing some cracks starting to form, and it's quite interesting. Quite interesting. Yeah, now your shadow's half half. The other half.
Swap sides.
So how much longer do you want to go for here?
As long as you want. I don't mind calling it a day if you want to cut it. But if you have more to express, then we can go. Keep going. What do you feel like?
I kind of feel like I've reached another roadblock. I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what to say.
All right, then let's call it a day.
All right, then we'll call it a day.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Chris joining us today on this sunny day in Montreal.
Thanks for having me on Gob Talk.
No problem.